Get in there. You get caught with some shit. I've seen it. I've seen it. You know, happen to TBE. You know, so all that bullshit when people talking about, oh, this guy, he just gonna blow him out the water. No, man, you got to get in there, and that's why each fighter prepares. And you get in there and you see what happens.
You know, and Shawn said that Tank did very well. You know, praised how sharp he was. Does that mean, you know, there was some talk between him and Keith Thurman, he could fight at welterweight one day?
I don't put too much into the sparring stuff. You know, we never have. What goes on in the gym, I've seen, you can imagine over the last 25 years, I've seen it all. I've seen it all because we've had the best of the best in camps, and I've watched. You know, I don't put too much. It's more to just the sparring. It's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You know, the mental preparation. You know, the focus. You know, it's a lot of little things that make a big difference when you step in that ring. You know what I mean?
I don't know how much you can comment right now, but with Rolly, are we going to see, is there any plan for him to come out? Because it seems like he doesn't have any criminal charges or anything.
Well, you got to let that play itself out. Yeah, you got to let that play itself out. I mean, you know, that's a legal matter, and you got to let it play itself out. See what happens.
You know, with TBE, you saw, you know, arguably.
What's up, D?
If not one, you know.
What's up, young fella? What's up, young fella?
Hey,
what's happening?
Oh, I wanted to see that embrace. But, you know, Floyd was one of the top 5 counterpunchers ever. What'd you make of Bud Crawford's counterpunching ability?
He's a very good counterpuncher, very good. And that was obviously their game plan. Mm-hmm. You know, and he didn't have much ring rust at all. Bud's an excellent fighter. I've been on record with saying that, you know. He's the real deal.
When they talk about high-speed chess, though, is this what they were talking about?
Yeah. You know, you have to have the ability to think, like, you know, and
they did.
Yeah, and you find very few people who are able to make adjustments, and he's one that can make adjustments on the fly. Very impressive.
Sir, what side do you consider Terence Crawford now?
He's a very good fighter. That's all I can say. He's a very good fighter. I've been saying that.
Now with him switching to southpaw, that was like definitely key there in the fight because he was just focusing on that counter punch there while switching to southpaw. So that kind of like goes into the skills there with Terence Crawford, right?
Bud has a difficult style, and you know, for anybody to prepare for it. Again, he's a great fighter.
Leonard, we've seen one of the greatest in boxing, the greatest Floyd, and then another great in Chavez to brace himself at the WBC convention. Do you think we could really get an exhibition match, or that was just fun and games?
Floyd's down to take care of business. He's taking care of business, and I'm taking care of business, you know.
Leonard, the Tank, how comfortable is that 140 or 135? What's he going to be swinging?
Tank is a 30-pounder.
Okay.
You know, he can fight 35. Obviously, he's shown that he can move to 40 and do that. But that's why it's so crazy when you hear these clowns be talking about, oh, the Tank is ducking this work and that work. Tank ain't ducking nothing. He wants all the smoke. It's just a matter of time. It's that some of you guys just don't understand how the boxing business goes. Mm-hmm. And that's all it is. You can't just go in and they say, oh, like there was a lot of these clowns out here saying that, like, for example, with the Haney thing, he was talking about, oh, well, Haney said that he would. Of course, they can say that, but I mean, the reality is, you really can make a fight in 4 weeks. Where's the money gonna come from? I know what kind of money he makes.
Right.
Where's the money gonna come from? You think my kid's gonna take a pay cut? You know what I mean? And see, people don't understand it. Like, it's so much that goes into planning and the preparation of making a big event. You know what I mean? How you gonna market a fight in 4 weeks? How you gonna do it?
Floyd could do it.
No. You can't. He can't do that. No.
Anytime he fights,
you gotta understand. It's a lot that goes into making a fight. Mm-hmm. It's a lot that goes. People who are on the outside looking in have no clue. They have no clue. They just, they just kind of sitting behind the keyboard. Oh, you can make this fight, dude. Why can't you do this? It don't work like that. It don't work like, because they don't understand where the money comes from. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, when you're talking about bigger fights, they have to make sense. And I had some dialogue with Bruce Trampler about this, and he was spot on. He said, if there's a match that makes sense for both companies, you'll make it. If not, then you got to get to that point. They like this is what I'm saying. The old man, he telling everybody, see, y'all just don't know how it goes. Like, some of the fighters say one thing, but the business is gonna say something totally different. You heard Aaron on the record the other day. He was saying, "Oh, I'm not paying that kind of money."
Yeah.
But the fighter's saying, "Oh, we fighting in February or March." It don't work like that. That's what I'm saying. And see, fighters are fight. Fighters want to fight. You know what I mean? But the business don't sometimes align with that. You know what I'm saying? And it just has to make sense.
Yeah, it was like said in the conference call when someone asked about Haney in the 4 weeks, and you were like, you know, easily dismissing
Yeah,
that
because the guy, he was just running his mouth.
Yeah.
It's all a front. It's all a
Yeah.
front for the fans. You know, goddamn well you can't make no fight.
Right. Yep.
You can't go from A to Z, and just flip it out.
Yeah, you ain't gonna come up with $2.5 or $3 million for at least both of those fighters, just like that. In 4 weeks
Tank
at
makes more
minimum.
money than everybody.
Yeah,
Tank makes
so-
more money than everybody. But you got to understand that it's like he makes a lot of money too.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you got to understand the business of it. And a lot of people just, you know, if you never made a fight and made a deal, what do you know about it?
Yeah.
They just only read shit that they hear about. They have no clue. The millions of dollars that it takes to market an event. Millions of dollars. But you can just flip them out. Come on, man. It's got to
You know,
make sense.
Millions to promote, get the sponsors and all that. Like that
All of
takes
the
some-
above. All of the above. All of the above.
Exactly.
But again, you know, that's why, you know, people have their jobs and we have our jobs, you know, and it has to make sense. And more importantly is that my responsibility is to my fighters first. First and foremost. To get them the biggest and best there is.
Right.
And everything else comes behind that.
Gotcha. Thanks.
And Leonard